Have you ever felt like you're surrounded by people, yet completely alone in your struggles? It's like you're giving everything to your relationships, but when you need support, there's no one there. Imagine achieving something significant, pouring your heart into a dream, only to have it dismissed with a casual, "That's all." These experiences are more common than you think, and today we're diving deep into how to recognize when someone might be using you. We'll explore the wisdom of Stoicism to help you navigate these challenging relationships with clarity and self-respect. If you've ever questioned the authenticity of your connections, this video is for you. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Watch the entire video because you won't want to miss any part of these valuable insights that can truly transform your relationships and boost your self-respect. Lesson 1. Diminishing comments. Imagine you've just achieved something you're incredibly proud of. Maybe you landed a big promotion, completed a challenging project, or finally reached a personal goal you've been working towards for ages. Naturally, you want to share your joy with someone close to you, expecting them to be just as excited and proud. But instead of a hearty congratulations, you get a dismissive "that's all." Or perhaps you open up about your dreams and aspirations, pouring your heart into explaining your vision for the future, only to have them scoff and belittle your ambitions. These comments aren't just offhand remarks, they're subtle weapons used to chip away at your confidence and self-worth. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us about resilience and inner peace, has valuable lessons for moments like these. One of its core principles is focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. When someone tries to downplay your achievements or belittle your dreams, their words often reflect their own insecurities and fears rather than any truth about your worth. It's a projection of their feelings of inadequacy. So the next time you encounter such diminishing comments, remind yourself that their remarks say more about them than about you. Your self-esteem is a powerful shield against these negative influences. Instead of letting these comments drag you down, use them as a reminder to stay strong in your self-belief. Surround yourself with people who genuinely support and uplift you, those who celebrate your successes and encourage your dreams. These are the relationships that truly matter. In the world of Stoicism, your inner peace and self-worth are not tools for others to undermine, they are your strength. By focusing on your own reactions and choosing to maintain your confidence, you can navigate through these negative comments with grace and resilience. So next time someone tries to make you feel small, take a deep breath, smile, and remember that their words have no power over your self-worth unless you let them. Embrace the support of positive influences in your life and keep moving forward with confidence. Your journey is your own, and you deserve to be surrounded by people who recognize and celebrate your worth. Lesson 2. Broken promises. We've all encountered people who are like magicians with their words, weaving grand promises that make you believe in incredible possibilities. They tell you everything you want to hear and more, painting a picture of unwavering support and commitment. But when the time comes to turn those words into actions, they vanish like a magician's trick that never quite happens. It's incredibly frustrating and disappointing, isn't it? You find yourself constantly waiting for that rabbit to be pulled out of the hat, but instead, you're left with an empty hat and a sense of letdown. Stoicism offers us a powerful lens through which to view these situations. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is the importance of actions over words. Words can be cheap and easy, but actions are what truly reveal a person's intentions and character. If you notice a pattern where someone consistently fails to follow through on their promises, it's a clear sign that they may be more interested in the appearance of being supportive rather than actually being supportive. They enjoy the accolades and appreciation that come with making promises, but lack the genuine commitment to back them up. It's essential to pay close attention to this pattern. Broken promises, especially when they happen repeatedly, are a strong indicator that someone's reliability and sincerity are questionable. Trust, a foundational element of any meaningful relationship, is built on actions, not just words. Words can create beautiful blueprints, but without action, they are just empty sketches on a piece of paper. To protect your time and emotional energy, reserve them for those who demonstrate sincerity and integrity through their actions. People who consistently show up, who follow through on their commitments, and who don't just talk the talk but walk the walk. These are the individuals who deserve your trust and investment. In Stoicism, there's a focus on discernment, being able to see through the facade and recognize true character. This discernment helps you build a circle of trust around you, with people who are genuine and dependable. So next time you encounter someone whose promises fall short, take a step back and reassess. Are their actions aligning with their words? If not, it might be time to reconsider how much emotional and time investment you're putting into that relationship. Remember, quality trumps quantity in relationships. It's far better to have a few reliable and sincere people in your life than a large group of inconsistent ones. Your time and energy are precious. Invest them in relationships where there is a balance of give and take, where promises made are promises kept, and where actions speak louder than words. By doing so, you'll create a supportive and trustworthy network that stands by you through thick and thin, fostering mutual respect and genuine connections. Lesson 3. Unilateral benefit. Picture this. You're the go-to person for everyone around you. Whenever someone needs help, advice, or a shoulder to lean on, you're there without hesitation. You're always offering support, lending a hand, or providing a listening ear. But when the tables turn and you find yourself in need, all you get is silence. Your messages go unanswered, your calls are ignored, and your requests for help seem to vanish into thin air. This one-sided dynamic can leave you feeling drained, unappreciated, and undervalued. This situation is more common than you might think, and it's a clear indicator that something is off balance in your relationships. Stoicism, with its emphasis on mutual respect and balance, offers valuable insights here. According to Stoic principles, a healthy relationship is one where there is reciprocity. Both parties give and receive support in equal measure. Your worth isn't determined by how much you can give to others. It's about mutual respect and genuine care. One crucial lesson Stoicism teaches us is that setting boundaries is an act of self-respect, not selfishness. When you consistently give without receiving anything in return, it's essential to reassess and set healthy boundaries. Boundaries aren't about pushing people away. They're about protecting your own well-being and ensuring that your relationships are balanced and fair. By setting boundaries, you communicate your value and expectations, making it clear that your generosity shouldn't be taken for granted. Start by engaging in honest conversations with those around you. Express how you feel and see who steps up to adjust their behavior. True friends and genuine connections will understand and respect your need for balance. They'll appreciate the opportunity to reciprocate and support you as you've supported them. On the other hand, those unwilling to make an effort to balance the relationship are showing their true colors. It's better to recognize this and make room for people who genuinely value you and your contributions. Remember, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. You can't control how others respond, but you can control how you react and whom you choose to invest your energy in. Seek relationships where there is a balanced exchange, where both parties feel valued and supported. This isn't about keeping score, it's about fostering an environment where mutual support is the norm. In your journey to build healthier relationships, prioritize quality over quantity. A few meaningful connections where mutual respect and reciprocity are the foundation can significantly enhance your emotional well-being. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who are there for you when you need them, just as you are for them. These balanced relationships will enrich your life, providing a solid support system that stands the test of time. So if you find yourself always giving and rarely receiving, it's time to reflect and make changes. Value your own needs and ensure that your relationships are a two-way street. By doing so, you'll cultivate a network of genuine, supportive relationships that respect and value you for who you are, not just for what you can give. Lesson 4. Disregard for your emotions or needs. Have you ever felt like your words simply evaporate into thin air every time you speak? You express your emotions, share your needs, and open up about what truly matters to you, yet it feels like you're talking to a wall. Your emotions and needs are consistently ignored, brushed aside, or dismissed as unimportant. This isn't just carelessness, it's a subtle and often insidious way to keep you under control, to undermine your sense of self-worth and autonomy. In moments like these, Stoicism offers a guiding light. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the importance of mutual respect and empathy in our interactions. Every person's feelings and needs are valid and deserve to be acknowledged. When someone repeatedly disregards what you have to say, it's not just a slight oversight. It's a clear indication that they do not value your perspective or well-being. It's crucial to trust your inner voice in these situations. Your intuition is powerful and often knows when something is amiss. You are the lead in your own story, not a background character in someone else's. This means recognizing when your emotions are being invalidated and taking steps to honor your feelings. Speak up assertively about how you feel and what you need. Use I statements to communicate your experiences and expectations clearly, like, "I feel unheard when my feelings are dismissed, and it's important for me to be acknowledged." If, after voicing your concerns, the disregard continues, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship. Stoicism teaches us that our peace of mind and self-respect should be paramount. Surrounding yourself with people who respect and value you is essential for your mental and emotional health. Persistent disregard for your emotions is a red flag that the relationship may be more harmful than beneficial. Respecting yourself first means setting boundaries and standing firm in your worth. It's about understanding that your feelings are just as important as anyone else's and deserve to be respected. This might mean distancing yourself from those who continually fail to honor your emotions or ending relationships that are consistently one-sided. Remember, you have the power to choose who you allow into your life. Surround yourself with individuals who listen, empathize, and validate your experiences. These are the relationships that will help you grow, thrive, and maintain a healthy sense of self. By prioritizing your emotional well-being and demanding the respect you deserve, you create a supportive environment where your feelings and needs are not just acknowledged, but cherished. In conclusion, never underestimate the importance of your emotions and needs. They are integral parts of who you are. Embrace the Stoic principle of mutual respect and ensure that those around you do the same. Speak up for yourself, trust your inner voice, and don't be afraid to walk away from those who consistently disregard your worth. Your peace of mind and self-respect are too valuable to compromise. Lesson 5. Emotional manipulation. Imagine being in a relationship where your confidence slowly erodes, not because of your own failings, but due to someone else's calculated manipulation. They have a knack for mixing just enough praise with criticism to keep you off balance, constantly second-guessing yourself and seeking their approval. It's a subtle but powerful tactic that makes you dependent on their validation, creating a cycle where your self-worth hinges on their unpredictable feedback. In these situations, Stoicism provides a crucial reminder. We have power over our own minds, not over external events or other people's actions. This philosophy encourages us to focus on what we can control, our own reactions, thoughts, and decisions. When you start to feel drained and diminished by these interactions, it's a clear signal that something is wrong. Your mental and emotional well-being should never be at the mercy of someone else's whims. Setting boundaries is essential to protect yourself from emotional manipulation. This means clearly defining what is acceptable in your relationships and standing firm when those boundaries are tested. Communicate your needs and expectations openly. For example, if you notice a pattern of mixed messages that leave you feeling confused and insecure, address it directly. "I feel unsettled when you praise me, but then immediately criticize me. I need consistent support and constructive feedback." Trusting your instincts is another vital step. Often, our gut feelings can detect when we're being manipulated before our conscious mind fully realizes it. If you feel something is off, don't ignore it. Your intuition is a powerful tool in safeguarding your mental health. Listen to it and take action to protect your peace of mind. It's also important to engage with people who genuinely respect and encourage your growth. Seek out relationships where there is mutual support and where your confidence is nurtured, not undermined. These are the connections that will help you thrive and maintain a healthy self-esteem. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, celebrate your successes, and provide constructive criticism that helps you grow, rather than those who manipulate your emotions for their gain. Remember, your mental space is yours to govern. You have the right to decide who occupies it and how. Don't let manipulative behavior take up residence in your mind. By setting clear boundaries, trusting your instincts, and surrounding yourself with positive influences, you can reclaim your confidence and maintain a strong sense of self-worth. In conclusion, emotional manipulation can be deeply damaging, but you have the power to protect yourself. Embrace the Stoic principle of controlling your own mind and reactions. Set boundaries to safeguard your well-being, trust your intuition, and choose relationships that foster mutual respect and genuine support. Your mental and emotional health are invaluable, and by taking these steps, you can ensure that your inner peace remains intact. Lesson 6. Lack of genuine support. Think about the feeling of having someone in your corner, cheering you on through every high and low, like a dedicated cheerleader who is always there to celebrate your victories and support you through your struggles. Genuine support is invaluable. It provides a sense of security and confidence, knowing that someone truly believes in you. Now, imagine the opposite, navigating life's challenges and triumphs alone, like walking a tightrope without a safety net. Without genuine support, even the smallest misstep can feel like a catastrophic fall. Stoicism, with its focus on self-awareness and discernment, teaches us to recognize when genuine support is missing in our lives. It emphasizes the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who genuinely invest in our well-being. These are the individuals who listen attentively, offer meaningful encouragement, and stand by us not just in words but in actions. In a world where superficial relationships can be all too common, identifying and nurturing genuine connections can be a game changer. It starts with paying attention to the quality of interactions you have. Are the people in your life truly interested in your happiness and growth, or do they seem more concerned with their own needs? Genuine supporters celebrate your successes without jealousy, provide constructive feedback without harshness, and offer a comforting presence during tough times. Stoicism encourages us to seek connections that are mutually enriching. This means finding relationships where there is a balanced exchange of support and care. It's not about keeping score, but about ensuring that the give and take in the relationship feels fair and fulfilling to both parties. These connections are built on genuine interest and respect for each other's well-being. If you find that certain relationships in your life lack this kind of support, it's important to reassess their role. It might be necessary to distance yourself from those who are consistently unsupportive or draining. This isn't an act of selfishness, but of self-preservation and respect for your own emotional health. You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, not those who weigh you down. Building a network of genuine support also involves being a supportive person yourself. Offer your time, listen actively, and show genuine interest in the lives of those you care about. By fostering an environment of mutual support, you not only enhance your own well-being, but also create a positive ripple effect in your community. In conclusion, genuine support is essential for navigating life's ups and downs. It's like having a reliable safety net that allows you to take risks, grow, and thrive with confidence. By recognizing the absence of support, seeking out mutually enriching relationships, and being a source of support for others, you can create a strong, supportive network that enhances your life and well-being. Embrace the Stoic wisdom of surrounding yourself with those who genuinely care for your well-being, and you'll find that life's journey becomes a lot more manageable and fulfilling. Lesson 7. Constant competition. Constant competition in relationships can be incredibly draining. It's like being in a perpetual race where you're always trying to outdo each other, keeping score of who is ahead and who is behind. This kind of dynamic can create a toxic environment where the joy of shared experiences and mutual support is replaced by jealousy and resentment. Instead of celebrating each other's achievements, you find yourself feeling threatened or inadequate, and that's no way to nurture a healthy relationship. Stoicism, with its emphasis on inner peace and personal virtue, teaches us a different approach. It encourages us to focus on collaboration rather than competition. In genuine relationships, the focus is on mutual growth and shared victories, not on outshining one another. When you celebrate each other's successes as if they were your own, you create a supportive and uplifting environment where everyone thrives. Imagine the difference it would make if you could shift your perspective from competing to collaborating. Instead of seeing a friend's promotion or success as a threat to your own achievements, you could see it as a collective victory. Their success becomes a source of inspiration and motivation for you, and vice versa. This shift not only strengthens your bond, but also fosters a sense of community and shared purpose. In practical terms, this means actively working to support each other's goals and dreams. Offer your help, share your knowledge, and cheer each other on. When one of you achieves something great, celebrate it together. Make a conscious effort to let go of envy and replace it with genuine happiness for each other's progress. This attitude of collaboration transforms relationships from battlegrounds into places of mutual encouragement and growth. Stoicism also teaches us the importance of focusing on what is within our control and not getting bogged down by comparisons. Your journey is unique, and comparing it to someone else's can often lead to unnecessary stress and dissatisfaction. Instead, concentrate on your own progress and how you can contribute positively to the relationships you value. Celebrate your achievements and learn from your challenges, while also being a source of strength and support for those around you. Building a collaborative mindset requires conscious effort and self-awareness. It's about recognizing when feelings of competition arise and choosing to respond differently. Engage in open conversations about your goals and dreams and find ways to support each other. This collaborative approach can turn potential rivals into allies, fostering a more enriching and fulfilling connection. In conclusion, constant competition in relationships can be exhausting and detrimental to both parties involved. By embracing the Stoic principles of collaboration and mutual support, you can transform your relationships into sources of joy and growth. Celebrate each other's successes, support one another's endeavors, and focus on shared victories. This shift from competition to collaboration not only strengthens your bonds, but also creates a more positive and fulfilling life for everyone involved. Lesson 8. Absence in critical moments. Fair-weather friends are those who are happy to be around you when things are going well, but as soon as you hit a rough patch, they disappear like shadows at sunset. It's in these critical moments, when you're facing challenges and need support the most, that their absence can feel like a deep betrayal. You might feel abandoned and alone, wondering why they couldn't stick around when you needed them the most. Stoicism offers us a powerful perspective to navigate these disappointments. It teaches us to focus on our own virtue and resilience, rather than getting caught up in the actions of others. When someone you thought was a friend disappears during tough times, it's easy to feel bitter and resentful. However, Stoicism encourages us to turn inward and cultivate our inner strength. By doing so, we become less reliant on the support of others and more self-sufficient. Being self-reliant doesn't mean you have to go through life alone, though. It means building a support system composed of people who truly stand by you through thick and thin. These are the friends who not only celebrate with you during your victories, but also hold your hand during your struggles. They don't vanish when the going gets tough. Instead, they offer their unwavering support and solidarity. Becoming this type of friend yourself is also crucial. Strive to be there for others, not just during their bright days, but also in their darkest hours. Show up, lend a helping hand, and provide a listening ear. Your actions can inspire others to do the same, creating a network of genuine support and mutual trust. It's also important to recognize and accept the true nature of your relationships. Not everyone you encounter will be a steadfast friend, and that's okay. What matters is identifying those who are and nurturing those connections. When fair-weather friends reveal their true colors, see it as an opportunity to reassess and strengthen your support network. Focus on those who prove their loyalty through their actions, not just their words. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our actions, our responses, and our mindset. You can't control if someone decides to walk away during your time of need, but you can control how you respond to it. Instead of harboring resentment, use the experience to build your resilience. Each challenge you face and overcome makes you stronger and more capable of handling future adversities. By cultivating your inner strength and surrounding yourself with a reliable support system, you create a solid foundation that can weather any storm. This approach not only helps you navigate difficult times more effectively, but also enhances your overall well-being. You'll find that you're more equipped to deal with life's ups and downs, knowing you have both the internal fortitude and external support to face whatever comes your way. In conclusion, the absence of fair-weather friends during critical moments can be painful, but it's also a valuable lesson. Stoicism teaches us to build our resilience and focus on our own virtue. By turning inward and becoming the type of friend who stands by others in both good times and bad, you foster a network of genuine support. Surround yourself with those who truly care, and you'll create a strong, dependable support system that stands the test of time. Lesson 9. Lack of reciprocity. In any healthy relationship, there's an essential balance of give and take. This reciprocity is what makes relationships nurturing and supportive, ensuring that both parties feel valued and respected. However, when one person is consistently giving while the other only takes, the imbalance can lead to feelings of resentment, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. It's like pouring water into a bottomless cup. No matter how much you give, it never seems to be enough. Stoicism, with its focus on personal virtue and self-awareness, provides valuable guidance for navigating these imbalanced relationships. One of the fundamental teachings of Stoicism is to concentrate on our own actions and virtues. While you can't control how others behave, you can certainly control your own responses and actions. This means setting healthy boundaries to protect your well-being and clearly communicating your needs. Setting boundaries is not about being selfish, it's about self-respect. It's about acknowledging that your time, energy, and resources are valuable and should not be taken for granted. When you establish boundaries, you define what is acceptable in your relationships and protect yourself from being overextended. It's important to communicate these boundaries openly and honestly. Let others know what you need and expect from the relationship. For instance, you might say, "I value our friendship, but I need us to support each other equally." Striving for excellence in your character, regardless of others' behavior, is another key Stoic principle. This means continuing to act with integrity, kindness, and respect, even if those around you do not reciprocate. It's about being true to your values and not allowing the actions of others to dictate your behavior. By maintaining high standards for yourself, you model the behavior you wish to see in others and create an environment where mutual respect and reciprocity are more likely to flourish. Embracing the opportunity for growth and self-discovery is also crucial in these situations. Relationships that lack reciprocity can teach you a lot about yourself and your needs. They can highlight areas where you might need to assert yourself more, or where you might be giving too much at the expense of your own well-being. Use these insights to grow stronger and more self-aware. Each experience, even the challenging ones, can be a stepping stone to personal development. Remember, you deserve relationships that are balanced and fulfilling. It's okay to step back from those who consistently fail to reciprocate your efforts. By doing so, you make space for more balanced and healthy connections to enter your life. Focus on cultivating relationships with those who appreciate and reciprocate your efforts, where there is a natural flow of give and take. In conclusion, a lack of reciprocity in relationships can be draining and disheartening. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own actions and virtues, set healthy boundaries, and communicate our needs clearly. Strive for excellence in your character, embrace the opportunity for growth, and don't be afraid to distance yourself from imbalanced relationships. By doing so, you create a space for healthier, more supportive connections that enrich your life and contribute to your overall well-being. Lesson 10. Betrayal. Betrayal cuts deeply. It's one of the most painful experiences we can endure because it strikes at the core of trust and vulnerability. Whether it's a friend, family member, or partner, when someone you trust deceives you, it feels like the ground has been pulled out from under you. The immediate reaction might be a whirlwind of emotions: anger, hurt, confusion, and disbelief. It's natural to feel overwhelmed and even lost. But as with all challenges, Stoicism offers us a way to navigate the stormy seas of betrayal with wisdom and resilience. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control our response to those actions. Betrayal is a stark reminder of this principle. We might not be able to prevent someone from betraying us, but we have full control over how we choose to respond. The Stoics advise us to maintain clarity and inner tranquility even in the face of such adversity. This doesn't mean suppressing our feelings or pretending everything is fine. Rather, it means acknowledging our emotions and then responding in a way that aligns with our values and principles. When betrayal occurs, it's essential to focus on your response. Instead of reacting impulsively with anger or revenge, take a step back and assess the situation with a clear mind. Ask yourself, what is the most constructive way to handle this? How can I respond in a way that maintains my integrity? By doing so, you shift the focus from the hurtful actions of the betrayer to your own empowered actions. Finding strength in adversity is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Betrayal, painful as it is, can be a powerful catalyst for growth and self-discovery. It forces you to re-evaluate your relationships and understand who truly deserves your trust. It can also reveal your own strengths, your resilience, your ability to forgive, and your capacity to move forward with grace. Each instance of betrayal, while deeply hurtful, can teach you something valuable about yourself and about the world. Choosing a path that aligns with your values and principles is crucial in the aftermath of betrayal. It's easy to become cynical or vengeful, but these reactions can lead you away from your true self. Instead, use this experience as an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to your values. If honesty and loyalty are important to you, continue to embody those qualities even when others do not. Let your actions reflect your highest principles, regardless of the actions of others. Moreover, betrayal can be an unexpected opportunity for growth. It can push you to strengthen your boundaries, to be more discerning in whom you trust, and to develop a deeper understanding of human nature. It can also lead to greater self-awareness as you reflect on the experience and what it teaches you about your own needs and vulnerabilities. This process of reflection and growth can ultimately make you stronger and more resilient. In conclusion, betrayal is undoubtedly painful, but it is also beyond our control. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our response, maintaining clarity and inner tranquility even in the face of such hurt. By responding in a way that aligns with our values and principles, we can find strength in adversity and turn betrayal into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Remember, while we cannot control the actions of others, we have full control over our own actions and responses. Use this control to navigate betrayal with wisdom and grace, emerging stronger and more self-aware. Lesson 11. Selective availability. Have you ever felt like you're only important to someone when it's convenient for them? Maybe they reach out when they need something, but when you need support, they're nowhere to be found. This kind of selective availability can be incredibly damaging to your self-esteem. It sends a clear message that you're only valued for what you can provide, not for who you are as a person. It can make you feel like a pawn in someone else's game, only brought into play when it suits their needs. Stoicism offers profound lessons in self-worth and self-respect that can help you navigate this painful dynamic. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is recognizing and valuing your own worth. Your value isn't determined by how others treat you, but by how you perceive and uphold your own self-respect. When you understand and embrace your intrinsic worth, you're less likely to tolerate being treated as a convenience rather than a priority. Setting boundaries is a crucial step in asserting your self-worth. Boundaries are not barriers to shut people out, but guidelines to ensure that your interactions are respectful and balanced. When someone is selectively available, it's important to communicate your needs clearly. Let them know that you expect mutual respect and consistency in your relationship. For instance, you might say, "I feel hurt when you're only available when it's convenient for you. I need more consistency and mutual support in our relationship." Standing firm in your worth means not allowing others to play games with your heart. It's about recognizing when someone's behavior is inconsistent and taking steps to protect your emotional well-being. If someone continues to be selectively available despite your efforts to communicate and set boundaries, it might be time to reconsider their place in your life. You deserve relationships where your time, feelings, and presence are valued consistently. Remember, you are not a pawn in someone else's game. You are the protagonist of your own story, and you have the power to decide who plays a part in it. Don't let anyone manipulate your emotions or make you feel less than you are. By standing firm in your self-worth, you send a powerful message to others and to yourself that you deserve respect and genuine connection. Building self-worth also involves self-reflection and self-compassion. Take time to reflect on why you might have tolerated selective availability in the past. Understanding these patterns can help you make more empowered choices in the future. Practice self-compassion by acknowledging your feelings and treating yourself with the kindness and respect you deserve. Engage with people who recognize and appreciate your worth. Surround yourself with individuals who are consistently present, who value your time, and who offer mutual support. These are the relationships that will help you thrive and maintain a healthy self-esteem. Genuine connections are built on mutual respect, trust, and consistent availability. In conclusion, being important only when it's convenient for someone else can deeply affect your self-esteem. Stoicism teaches us to value ourselves and set healthy boundaries. Remember, you are not a pawn in someone else's game. Stand firm in your worth, communicate your needs, and don't allow others to manipulate your emotions. By embracing your self-worth and surrounding yourself with genuinely supportive people, you create a strong foundation for healthy and fulfilling relationships. Lesson 12. Making you feel guilty. Have you ever set a boundary or said no to a request, only to be met with guilt trips and manipulation? It's a common tactic used by those who thrive on controlling others, making you feel like your self-care is selfish or unreasonable. But here's the truth. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's an essential part of maintaining your well-being. It's an act of self-care that protects your energy, your mental health, and your overall happiness. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our actions and not be swayed by external judgments. This philosophy is incredibly empowering when it comes to dealing with guilt. By grounding yourself in Stoic principles, you can stand firm in your decisions and prioritize your well-being without being manipulated by others' attempts to make you feel guilty. The Stoics believed that our happiness and tranquility depend on our ability to govern our own actions and responses, rather than being controlled by the opinions and demands of others. Saying no when you need to is a powerful act of self-love. It means recognizing your limits and honoring them, even if it disappoints others. It's about understanding that your time and energy are finite resources that deserve to be protected. When you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to your own health and happiness. This doesn't make you selfish, it makes you wise and self-aware. Manipulators often thrive on inducing guilt because it's an effective way to control others. They might frame your boundaries as unreasonable or make you feel like you're letting them down. However, Stoicism teaches resilience against such tactics. It reminds us to stay focused on our own values and not let external pressures dictate our actions. When someone tries to make you feel guilty, pause and reflect on your reasons for setting that boundary in the first place. Remind yourself that your needs are valid and that taking care of yourself is a priority. Standing firm in your boundaries requires courage and self-assurance. It means being clear about what you can and cannot do, and communicating that confidently. For example, if someone pressures you to take on more work than you can handle, you might say, "I understand this is important, but I need to prioritize my current responsibilities to maintain my quality of work and well-being." This not only sets a boundary, but also emphasizes your commitment to excellence and self-care. Prioritizing your well-being is not just about protecting yourself from burnout, it's also about modeling healthy behavior for others. When you demonstrate that it's okay to set boundaries and prioritize self-care, you encourage those around you to do the same. This can create a more respectful and supportive environment for everyone. In conclusion, making you feel guilty for setting boundaries is a manipulative tactic that can undermine your self-care and well-being. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our actions and values rather than being swayed by external judgments. By saying no when necessary and standing firm in your decisions, you practice self-love and resilience. Don't let guilt tactics manipulate you into overextending yourself. Prioritize your well-being and remember that setting boundaries is an essential part of maintaining a healthy, balanced life. Your well-being matters, and it's worth protecting. Lesson 13. Lack of personal interest. Have you ever been in a conversation where it feels like the other person is just waiting for their turn to speak, rather than genuinely listening to what you have to say? Or perhaps you've noticed that someone only reaches out when they need something, showing little to no interest in your life or thoughts. These experiences can be disheartening and can make you question the depth and sincerity of your relationships. Meaningful connections are built on mutual interest and genuine engagement, and without these elements, relationships can feel superficial and unfulfilling. Stoicism, with its emphasis on wisdom and discernment, teaches us to choose our company wisely. It encourages us to surround ourselves with people who truly value our inner world, our thoughts, feelings, and experiences. These are the relationships that nurture us, help us grow, and provide a sense of belonging and support. In contrast, relationships that lack personal interest can leave us feeling isolated and unimportant. To build meaningful connections, seek out relationships where there is a genuine exchange of ideas and emotions. This means engaging with people who are as interested in understanding your perspective as they are in sharing their own. It's about creating a space where both parties feel heard, respected, and valued. When conversations are reciprocal, they become more enriching and fulfilling, fostering a deeper bond between individuals. Start by paying attention to the quality of your interactions. Are the people in your life truly interested in what you have to say? Do they ask thoughtful questions and listen actively, or do they steer the conversation back to themselves? Genuine interest is demonstrated through curiosity, empathy, and a willingness to engage with your thoughts and feelings. These are the signs of a healthy, meaningful relationship. Choosing your company wisely also involves being selective about whom you invest your time and energy in. It's not about having a large number of friends, but about cultivating a few deep, meaningful connections. Look for individuals who share your values and who are willing to invest in a mutually enriching relationship. This might mean letting go of relationships that feel one-sided or superficial, and that's okay. It's better to have fewer, more meaningful connections than to spread yourself thin with people who don't genuinely care. Building and maintaining meaningful connections also requires effort and intention on your part. Be the kind of friend who shows genuine interest in others, ask questions, listen actively, and show empathy. When you demonstrate that you value others' inner worlds, you create an environment where meaningful connections can flourish. This reciprocal interest strengthens your bonds and enriches your social life. In conclusion, meaningful connections are built on mutual interest and genuine engagement. Stoicism teaches us to choose our company wisely, surrounding ourselves with those who value our inner world. By seeking relationships where there's a genuine exchange of ideas and emotions, you create a supportive network that nurtures your growth and well-being. Pay attention to the quality of your interactions, be selective about your relationships, and invest in those that are truly meaningful. Remember, it's not about the quantity of relationships, but the quality. Cultivate connections that enrich your life and provide a sense of mutual respect and understanding. Lesson 14. Unilateral conversations. Have you ever been in a conversation where it feels like you're invisible? The other person talks incessantly about themselves, their experiences, their thoughts, and their problems, barely pausing to take a breath. When you try to interject or share your own perspective, it's as if your words are lost in the wind, unheard and unacknowledged. This kind of one-sided conversation can be incredibly frustrating and disheartening. It leaves you feeling undervalued and disrespected, questioning whether the other person even cares about what you have to say. Stoicism, with its focus on fairness and virtue, offers valuable guidance for navigating these situations. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the importance of fairness in all interactions. This means ensuring that conversations are balanced and reciprocal, where both parties have the opportunity to speak and be heard. It's about respecting each other's voice and creating a dialogue that is enriching for both participants. When you find yourself in a unilateral conversation, it's important to assert your presence and redirect the exchange towards a more balanced dialogue. Start by gently interjecting when you have something to add. For example, you might say, "I appreciate hearing about your experience. It reminds me of something similar I went through," and then share your story. This not only brings balance to the conversation, but also signals that you value a two-way exchange. If the other person continues to dominate the conversation, don't be afraid to speak up more directly. You could say, "I'd like to share my thoughts on this too," or "I'm interested in hearing your perspective, and I'd love to share mine as well." By doing so, you're not just passively accepting the imbalance, but actively advocating for your voice to be heard. This approach aligns with the Stoic practice of asserting your worth and ensuring fair treatment in your interactions. It's also essential to reflect on why you might be tolerating unilateral conversations. Sometimes we fall into patterns of listening without speaking up because we don't want to cause conflict, or because we're used to putting others' needs before our own. However, Stoicism teaches us the importance of recognizing our own worth and ensuring our voice is respected. It's not selfish to want to be heard. It's a fundamental aspect of a healthy relationship. When you consistently redirect conversations towards balance, you set a precedent for how you expect to be treated. This doesn't just improve your own experience, but can also enhance the quality of the relationship overall. By fostering an environment where both parties feel valued and heard, you create a more meaningful and respectful connection. Additionally, be mindful of how you engage in conversations with others. Ensure that you're not inadvertently dominating the dialogue yourself. Practice active listening, ask questions, and show genuine interest in the other person's perspective. This reciprocal approach not only demonstrates respect, but also enriches your own understanding and connection with others. In conclusion, unilateral conversations can be frustrating and disempowering. Stoicism teaches us to strive for fairness in our interactions, ensuring that our voice is heard and respected. By actively redirecting one-sided conversations towards balance, you advocate for your own worth and foster more meaningful and respectful connections. Reflect on your own conversational habits, practice active listening, and ensure that all interactions are reciprocal and enriching for both parties involved. Remember, a balanced conversation is a cornerstone of healthy, respectful relationships. As we come to the end of our discussion, let's reflect on the profound wisdom Stoicism offers us in our relationships. Stoicism teaches us the importance of sincere and genuine connections. It reminds us that superficial closeness, while it may seem comforting at first, ultimately creates an illusion of connection without substance. True relationships are built on a foundation of wisdom, virtue, and mutual growth. These are the connections that enrich our lives and help us become our best selves. Life is simply too short for shallow interactions that drain our energy and undermine our worth. Instead, we should embrace the beauty of genuine connections, relationships that are aligned with Stoic principles of sincerity, wisdom, and genuine interest. These relationships are characterized by mutual respect, support, and a shared commitment to each other's well-being. They are the relationships that not only stand the test of time, but also bring out the best in us. If you find yourself continually feeling disregarded or undervalued in your relationships, it's time to take a Stoic approach. Stand up for your dignity with calm resolve. Remember, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our control. You can't change others, but you can change how you respond to them. Assert your worth confidently and calmly. You deserve respect, and it's important to ensure that your relationships reflect that truth. Thank you for joining this conversation. I hope you found these insights on Stoicism and relationships as enlightening and empowering as I do. If you're interested in diving deeper into the teachings of Stoicism, check out the playlist on your screen now. There, you'll find more resources to help you continue your journey towards a more meaningful and resilient life. Stay strong, stay stoic, and always remember the power of self-respect. By embracing these principles, you can cultivate relationships that are not only fulfilling, but also truly transformative. Until next time, take care and keep striving for the wisdom and balance that Stoicism brings.